Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video. The votes are in for my secondary Master League and I am delighted to be able to announce that we're going to be doing a Sporting Lisbon Master League. Now this is exciting for me. I've never actually played in the Portuguese League. Yes, I've had one-off matches, but in terms of actually doing a Master League in PES or doing a career mode in FIFA or even Football Manager, I've never actually, spent the time and did a proper career mode or Master League mode, as I mentioned, in Portugal. So it's going to be interesting, especially going to Lisbon, a team with a lot of history. Perhaps not where they want to be at the moment, but definitely one of the biggest teams from Portugal, no doubt about it. Club operations, we're going to be putting this on challenge. Challenge means it's more difficult to sign players, more difficult to keep players. I believe if you're not performing, it's a lot easier to lose your job too. So we're always up for a challenge. We want a challenge, and that's what we're going to get. Match level is going to be on Superstar, the highest. Like, what else? If you're not playing on the best difficulty, there's no point even playing. That is my opinion. We'll be playing on match time, 12 minutes. Currency we'll put on pounds. I like to keep it on pounds, then that way I can kind of, I don't have to work out what's the conversion rate and all that shit. So even though it might be more realistic to put it on euros, we're going to go with pounds. And or do we put it on euros? I don't know. Well, I guess we're in. Fuck it, we'll put it on euros since we're in the Portuguese League. Why not? It might not be worth shit, but I never know. Brexit happens, man. The euro might be worth more. Who knows? Or it might be worth less. Well, I guess we'll find it. And the transfer window only stops when there is progress. Right. So club team lineup. We'll go straight into. I remember the days we used to start with like Miranda and Castillo, the PES original guys. Those were the days, man. You never got the option to start with a proper team or a shit team. You just got stuck with those guys, and you got stuck in the second division. You had to work your way up from the top. So here you can see Benfica are a 4-star team, as are Porto, as are Sporting Lisbon. So I checked the ratings. Actually, Porto have the best ratings, and then believe it or not, actually Sporting overall have slightly just a better rating than Benfica. So the order of the top three is actually Porto, Sporting, and then Benfica, which kind of surprised me. I thought it would have been Porto, Benfica and Sporting, especially after Sporting are coming off a pretty disastrous transfer window. They lost 3 of their key players there: Martins, Rui Patricio and someone else. I cannot remember off the top of my head who it was, but I'm thinking they all went on a free transfer. I know Sporting have been trying to sue the teams or sue the league, or they're trying to sue somebody for like over 150 million. I know that. I just don't really know the details. But to lose like your three of your best players and not get any money for them, that's fucking disastrous, man. No matter who you are, even if you're Real Madrid, you know what I mean? That's just, it's not right. And I guess Sporting will be suffering from that. Now, I don't know when was the last time Sporting won the league in real life. I believe it's been a while. I think Porto and Benfica have dominated the Portuguese league for quite a while now. But there we go. We're in our suit and tie. We are ready to take over this great club. We need to learn. Need to try and learn some Spanish, I guess, while we're here, and hopefully we can fit in well. Sporting Lisbon did just recently release Ryan Gauld, which is kind of unfortunate, so we won't have him, which is it is kind of annoying, but what can you do? It would have been cool to have a nice Scottish player in the team, but I've got a feeling by the time the season kicks off, we're going to have at least one Scottish player in the squad. No spoilers, but I do have my eyes on a certain left back, should I say. So here we go. We're going to team management. We'll have my squad even. We'll have a quick look at the team, and we'll see what we've got in the positions, and we'll see what areas we need to improve really. So in terms of goalkeepers, we've got Luis Maxiano, Salin, Renan, Ribeiro and Fabiano, the former Arsenal goalkeeper. 82 rated. I don't think you need anything better than that, to be honest, for the Portuguese league, so I think we're sorted. Yes, perhaps it's a bit of a drop off to our secondary keeper, but goalkeepers very rarely get injured. I'd expect Fabiano to be playing almost every game, so good player there. In terms of centre backs, we have Marcelo, Andre Pinto, Mathieu, I can't remember the fucking guy who's played for Valencia, Barcelona. I've no idea how to pronounce his name. Like not Matthew, it's like Matui or something like that. And you've got Sebastian Coates, former Atletico Madrid, Liverpool defender. So he's 80 overall, along with Matthew. But they're both getting well. Coates is only 28, Matthew is 35. He's getting up there. You've got Pinto, who's 74 and 29, and then you've also got Marcelo, who's 74 and 29. So only 4 centre backs at the club. 2 of them are decent ratings, although like I said, Matthew won't be around much longer, 35. And then you've got these 2 who are 74, but they're not going to improve. So I think we're going to be bringing a centre back. There is at least one centre back I would like to bring in. I think he will be a good addition to the club. He's also Scottish, also plays in the Scottish Premiership. No spoilers there. He maybe not be at the level of any of these guys at the moment, but I do believe he is going to progress into a really good player in the future. So I am going to go ahead and try and sign him. And here's the left backs. We've got this guy here, Aben Yenu. He's 22 years old from Guyana. And then we've got Jefferson, Brazilian, 75, 30 years old. I'll just go ahead and say it, man. I want to get Kieran Tierney in. I mean, for Kieran Tierney, there'd be no difference. All he has to do is jump in a plane. He could probably keep the Celtic shirt and it would pass as a Sporting Lisbon shirt. No, I mean, they pretty much look identical. So, yep, Kieran Tierney, I want him to be our left back. He is currently 78 in the game, only 22. I think Kieran Tierney is going to easily be a mid-80s player in this game. So we're going to go ahead and try and sign him. There you go. I'm not going to lie to you. And then at right back, we've got Rosowski, who's 26 and 70. He's not really going to do anything. Then you've got Bruno Gaspar, 74 overall, 25 years old. I mean, it would be nice to improve these positions, but it's not going to be my #1 priority. If we've got a bit of money left in the kit, by all means I will try and bring somebody in. But at the moment, I think Bruno Gaspar is probably okay enough, decent enough to be in the starting team. So in our defensive midfielders, we've got Fakobo and Petrovic. Fakobo's 24, Petrovic is 29. The ratings are not fantastic, to be honest. We could do it with a DMF, but we might have players in the middle of the field that can play those positions. We've got Misic, who's 24, Croatian. Wendell, the Brazilian, 21, 75 rated. Sturaro is 77 rated, 25. Gudelje, the Serbian former Ajax player, is 27 years old. He's 77. You've got Batagalje, or I don't know, 79, 27 rated, and Acuna is 27 and 80 rated. So, well, he's a left mid, but anyway, again, the centre mids don't seem to be that great, and Wolves have a lot of Portuguese players that don't really belong there. So I might go and try and raid the Wolverhampton team, to be honest. I think Ruben Neves would be a fantastic signing, and that is one guy that I do want to bring home, bring him back to Portugal. I think he could be the star player in this Sporting Lisbon team, and he is one of the guys I'm going to get. So I'll just put it out there. Kieran Tierney, Ruben Neves are my 2 probably most wanted signings, and then we also have a couple of others what we want to get. So here we go, left wing forward, we've got Jovan Carvalho, Bruno Cesar, not entirely great, Rafinha, he's 22, 75, not bad. On the right we've got Carlos Mane, 74 rated, 24 years old. We've got Matthew S. Pereira, 22 and 75 years old. Then we've got Nani, obviously he will be the guy that we're starting. Nani, you know, Portuguese legend really, isn't he? I mean, had a great career at Man United, won the European Championships with Portugal. Now he's gonna, I think he was also at Inter Milan, was he not? Or some Italian club, can't remember. And then it looks like he is content in finishing his career at Sporting Lisbon. I hope he finishes his career for our sake. And then up front we've got Montero, who is, to be honest, not good enough. Maybe even get rid of this guy. He's 31 years old, 73 rated, he's not going to do anything. But Bruno Fernandes, who is good, we will be trying to keep him around, 80 overall, 24 years old. We've got Diaby, who again is alright, but we'll be willing to listen to offers. Doumbia, who a lot of people love. The pace in this guy is not too bad. I think it's better in FIFA. I mean, he's 31 now. He's very overpowered in FIFA. I don't know what he'll be like in PES. I'll be honest, not a massive fan. I would consider selling him. You got Dost, the Dutch striker, who again is more of a target man. We could play him depending on the formation we want to go, and he could be a vital addition. But for who we're going to start up front, it probably is going to be between Bruno Fernandes or Dost, and I'll probably want to go with Bruno Fernandes, to be honest. But if we're playing like two up front, we could put Bruno or Fernandes, or even Bruno Fernandes could probably play in like a cam position, you know, just behind the striker. So, I mean, we have options, but again, I do want to make signings. I've already said this, and I definitely want to bring in Ruben Neves and Kieran Tierney. So we'll have a look and see what what's the finances like. The club, a bank, so we've got 39 million coming in broadcasting rights, sponsorship. Look at all this money. Player salaries though are unfortunately at 64.8 million. Holy shit. That's incredible, 68.4 million. Our transfer budget is, I keep forgetting it's euros. Our transfer budget is 32.9 million euros, and we've got a salary budget of 6 million. So we can definitely bring in some good players there, and that is what I intend to do. I'll have a quick look at the competitions that we're entered in. We're in the European Club Championship. I believe that is the Champions League. I don't know if we have to qualify or not. We might have to qualify, we might not. We'll just have to wait and see. I think we do have to qualify, but again, I'm not entirely sure. We're in this International Champions Asian Cup, but I'm going to go ahead and skip that. I just don't have any time for it, so like I said, I just don't want to be in that. No interest in it. Obviously, that is the Portuguese League, and then the Portuguese Cup. I don't know if the draw's been made yet. It has been made, and we have been rather fortunate. If you look at the draw, we've avoided the side that both Porto and Benfica are in, so we'll be kicking off our cup competition with a game against Rio Ave, and then if we win that, it will be against either Chaves or Desportivo Aves, and then in the semi-finals it would probably be a match against Sporting Braga. I'd expect them out of those 5 teams to get through to the semi-finals, but it definitely could have been a much harder draw than we've got, so I'm happy with that, guys. I mean, it definitely looks like we should be able to get to the semis there, and I'm hoping at least the final. And yeah, that is going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and actually, you know what, we'll go ahead and we'll try and make some signings right now. Actually, we'll put the initial bids in, should I say, and then we will look for the players that we want to get. So first of all, we'll try and get Neves. I'm hoping that Neves and Kieran Tierney don't take too much out my budget. You can see Ruben Neves, apparently our chances of signing him is very slim, but I'm not happy with that. We want to try and get him, so let's go and put a big bid in here. Chances to sign 20%. If we give 22, I mean, if we pay 22 million euros, we can get him, but anything other than that, then it's unlikely to happen. So this is a kind of awful situation here. If we pay the 22 million euros, we get him. I think we should. Fuck it, we'll go for it. I think we'll pay it. Yeah, I think we'll pay it. Screw it, man. I want to try and get him in, so we'll do that. 22 million euros, a lot of money. Definitely is a lot of money, but he is a player that I desperately want to bring into the club. And now we'll try and get Kieran Tierney. That doesn't leave us a lot of money to get him. I am going to try and get some players to go. Definitely am going to be looking to sell a few. So let's go Kieran Tierney, 21-year-old Celtic man. They want 13.6. What if we offer a bit more? Holy shit. So we need to offer that much to try and get him. 17.7 million euros. Jesus. Fuck. That is outrageous, man, the amount of money that's going to cost us. God's sake, that is unbelievable. You know what, we'll offer this, and then we will see. But while on the way, we're going to have to try and sell a few players, so there's going to be no way that we're bringing in these guys. So that's going to do it, guys, for this opening episode, just to basically an intro into the Sporting Lisbon career mode. There is a few other players that I want to sign. I will do that off camera. Next time we'll be back for episode 2. I'm hoping that we've sold a few players, because unless we can sell a few players, we're not even going to be able to bring in the two must, in my opinion, the two guys that I must sign, Kieran Tierney and Ruben Neves. So we definitely need to get a few players out of the club. I'm hoping that can happen. And yeah, I'm hoping we can have a successful season, try and challenge at the top of the Portuguese league, see how we get on in our European competitions. And that's our bet, guys. Till next time, peace.